convenience stores, pharmacies, and restaurants providing takeout orders. Outdoor gatherings will be further restricted to 5 people.
But the Premier is vehemently opposed to bringing in a curfew, comparing that to a police state.
When you pull out of your driveway after 8 o'clock, the police are chasing you down the street. I just do not believe in that.
The Premier is not offering paid sick leave days in all of this. I'm Mark Douglas.
So workplaces have been pinpointed as a fresh source of infection. The province also promising to ramp up rapid testing of those that are deemed essential. 6 News' Karen Seelman joins us live. Karen.
Yeah, James, the new measures for workplaces include increasing testing, like you mentioned, in essential workplaces like grocery stores, factories, and long-term care homes, and stepping up inspection blitzes, where the virus is most likely to spread, like break rooms. The government also says all employees who can do their jobs from home must do so, but the province is not budging on increasing sick pay for those who have to stay home, despite calls from its own health officials to do so. Echoing those calls, the province's largest union, CUPE, which says in a release, any new lockdown measures will fail without new supports for essential workers who may have symptoms but fear missing a paycheck. Reporting live, I'm Karen Seelman.
And now that we have guidelines in place, how will the province enforce them? 6 Cities' Michelle Mackey joins us live with that. Michelle.
Will have the authority to issue tickets to anyone who disobeys the stay-at-home order.
Provincial and local police, bylaw officers, workplace inspectors will enforce these new measures.
The fines range from $750 to $100,000 and may include up to a year in jail. Solicitor General Sylvia Jones says officers will also have the authority to disperse crowds indoors and outdoors.
For example, when a group of more than 5 people from different households are gathering outdoors, they can be asked to leave.
Workplace inspections also set to ramp up, and if corporations are found disobeying public health measures, they may face a fine up to $10 million.
In the province's latest attempt to curb the spread of COVID-19, the Ford government has reintroduced a state of emergency. A stay-at-home order is also coming into effect on Thursday, and in-class learning in the hotspots will be affected. We'll have more on that in a moment.
6 News' Mark Douglas begins our comprehensive team coverage and joins us with the latest on what the province is calling an enhanced province-wide shutdown.
Effective immediately, Ontario is declaring a state of emergency.
And Premier Doug Ford says that includes a stay-at-home order effective 12:01 a.m. Thursday. No going to school for kids in Toronto, York, Peel, Hamilton, and Windsor-Essex until February 10th. You can leave home for essential reasons only, like essential work, groceries, pharmacy, or doctor visits. Non-essential shopping changes from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. only. There is no curfew for Ontario. Ford says that's a police state, but there's no paid sick days being brought in either. The Premier also relying heavily on the hope for vaccines.
We will have mass vaccinations happening in April, May, and June. We need a little bit of a runway.
And Ford promises more enforcement, including big box stores, especially for crowd capacity. And the Premier has a message to the 30% of Ontarians he calls bad actors who are not following health and safety guidelines.
If you love your grandparents, and I know you do, if you love your parents, love your neighbors, your co-workers, please follow the process.
I'm Mark Douglas.
So how will the province keep everything in check and ensure people are following these rules? 6 Cities' Michelle Mackey joins us live with that. Michelle.
All provincial offences officers, from OPP to workplace inspectors, will have the authority to issue fines to those who do not follow the rules.
Let me be clear. If people are found not complying with these orders, they will be subject to fines and persecution.
Solicitor General Sylvia Jones says that includes up to 1 year in jail, while fines range from $750 to $100,000. The same penalties also face those who disobey public health measures like mask policies and new gathering restrictions, all of which can be enforced by this broadened range of officers. They will also have the power to disperse crowds and fine corporations who are not following provincial guidelines.